This is our 2024 FP Markets Review. I'm Noam.
And I'm Justin. We've been comparing Forex brokers for over a decade now, and we've been looking into the latest when it comes to Forex and CFD trends.
In this video, we carefully analyze FP Markets, a Forex broker that is a perfect pick for beginner to intermediate traders. All right, Justin, 2024, we've been working with FP Markets for many years now. They probably were one of the original Forex brokers that we actually analysed back in 2014, 2015. Let's talk about FP Markets. Let's talk about the categories that we think make them stand out from the crowd. They are a top 5 Forex broker that we analysed in 2024, and let's get into what makes them so fantastic. Let's start with the first category, which is customer service. They really do excel in customer service. I think we awarded them a 9 out of 10.
Yep.
What do we love about FP in relation to customer service?
Okay, so customer service is a bit subjective. So we've tried to be as strategic as possible with the way that we test. So one way is we've opened accounts. So our team, we all opened accounts. We said, how easy was it to open it? Did we get a dedicated account manager? When we had issues, was it easy to get into live chat, etc.? The answer was tick, tick, tick. So we found them to be one of the exceptional ones, and trust me, there were plenty that were not. But we found them very good at the onboarding process and the training process when it came to customer service. Then we looked at awards, and what they've done is they've won several awards when it comes to customer service, but then more customer satisfaction. So that's a good indication that traders, they agree with us that when they get surveyed, that they find the whole live chat, email support, phone support, and it's multi-language, so it's it depends on which region, depends on which call center and what customer service, but it is 24/5, and so generally we just find it really easy to trade with them and really easy to troubleshoot any issues that we had.
Okay, so that's customer service. The next category that we looked at that has a pretty big weighting on overall numbers is the trading platforms. If you are a Forex trader, your access to the market is provided to you by the trading platform. That's how you execute trades. That's how you access pricing. We gave them a pretty strong score for trading platforms. What do we like about the platforms that they offer?
Okay, so FP Markets are a MetaTrader broker, which is very old school in the fact that they've just said, we're going to just focus on these platforms and excel at them. Whereas a lot of the other brokers now, they offer MetaTraders, MT4, MT5, but then they offer a variety of others, giving the traders choice. So the fact is, a trader doesn't need choice. If you like MetaTrader 4 is still the most popular trading platform for trading currency, whereas MetaTrader 5 is still the most popular trading platform for trading CFDs. So these are the two most popular. And when it comes to those environments, FP Markets excel. We just didn't give them the maximum scores because they don't offer something like TradingView, CTrader, these types of elements. But they do offer MT4, MT5 on mobile, desktop. They've got their own web versions. They have an unlimited demo account, which is a really nice feature. And the actual environment that they give MetaTrader for, they give a few enhancements when it comes to the signals that they offer. And they've got pretty fast execution speeds. Look at our methodology section on our website. We've actually got everyone's execution speeds. Look, they weren't the fastest, but they had some fairly, some okay results. So that combined, as I said, we haven't given them the maximum score. We have marked them down a bit, but still, if MT4, MT5 is what you're looking for, they're gonna meet your needs.
Okay. The next category we looked at was trading costs. This is probably the category that has the biggest weighting. We gave them a score just under 6.95. Talk to the guys about their trading costs, what makes them so attractive, and where they fell down.
Sure. So FP Markets is one of the only brokers that performed well for their two types of trading accounts. So they offer a standard account, which is when you have no commission and the actual fee is the spread. So the difference between the ask and the sell price, that margin, like when you go into an airport, you see we'll buy the USD at this much and we'll sell it for this. It's never the same. That is how these types of accounts make their money. It was very competitive when we looked at the standard accounts of the major currency pairs like the Euro, USD, etc. We found it competitive, but then when it came to the ECN or raw type, which is when you have a spread and a commission, they were also competitive. And this is really quite rare because we've been analyzing a lot of brokers and they normally specialize in one or the other, whereas FP Markets offers both. So it kind of makes sense because FP Markets, they don't try to say we're for beginner traders or we're for expert traders. They're trying to be more, offer, more for everyone. So they're trying to be competitive on both types of accounts. So once again, look at our methodology section. We've got an area where we do look at the published spreads of every broker. We update that every month. And then we have our own testing when we actually got MT4, did it over 2 30-hour periods. And what you'll see is looking at that automatic type trading, they did perform really strongly in these tests. So look, we're not just taking the brokers, we've done our own testing, and FP Markets are competitive, and whether it's raw or standard. Generally, as we said, standard accounts more for beginner to intermediate, whereas their raw account, which advise more towards more expert levels. And when it comes to the actual commission, it's exactly the same as most of the major brokers out there, like for example Pepperstone. So they all have very similar commissions. That's why we're focusing so much on the spreads in this instance.
Okay. The next category we looked at was trading experience. Trading experience, I know, in our analysis looks at things like execution speeds very closely. What did you think about FP Markets trading experience when you looked at their offering? Sure.
So from onboarding, customer service, getting ready with the platform, these were all very seamless. We haven't given them. We're giving them mid-tier mark when it came to the execution speeds, which I spoke about before. When we did our tests, they performed average. Okay, they weren't in the top tier of them. So what that means is that the chances of slippage in very high volatile markets is higher than some of the other brokers. So this shouldn't impact the average trader, but it will impact you more if you're using automation and very high frequency. They're the types of traders that are trying to trade on key market events. Let's say the Fed gives an interest rate decision and they're using automation to quickly get into the markets in and out. That's when execution speed becomes everything, and that's probably the biggest downfall when it came to our testing for FP Markets. So look, as I said, we like the broker, we like the experience that we had with them, but we are giving them a few points down because for high frequency traders that can't afford slippage, they didn't perform that well, and hopefully we see that change in the next year.
Okay, and then the last category that we looked at was trust. Now, everyone knows, when it comes to trust, we award brokers with a really high trust score if they have a range of tier 1 licenses from regulators around the world. Talk to me about FP Markets' trust factor and in particular their licenses and where they're licensed.
Sure, so FP Markets, as Norm said, has been one of the older brokers, and they are very well known, so that got a few points when it came to trust. Now when it comes to regulation, they have 2 tier 1 licenses, one here in Australia with ASIC and one in Cyprus with CySec, which they use for Europe to onboard all of their European. So that's the 2 tier 1s. They have a number of tier 3 licenses, such as in South Africa with the FSCA, Vanuatu, etc. So they've got a few tier 3s, and what that allows them to do is onboard traders from a variety of locations in Asia, in Africa, even in Canada and South America. Like, they really do capture a lot of the world, with the exception of the US, as they don't have regulation with the NFA or CYFC. So they don't have that regulation, but outside of that, they've geared themselves enough to be able to onboard most traders, and with the 2 tier 1 licenses, we have given them a really strong score. Obviously, they could get a few more tier 1 licenses, but for most traders that's not necessary.
Okay, so let's just summarize it for everybody back home. So we have FP Markets listed in our top 5 Forex brokers of 2024. We first started by talking about customer service. We were really impressed with the customer service. We were impressed with the fact that they're multilingual and that they can basically answer questions in lots of different languages. I think they have a big office in Malaysia, so they speak all the kind of Southeast Asian, Chinese dialect languages, which is important. We really like their trading platforms. They are and you mentioned they were an MT.
Yeah, they're a MetaTrader 5 broker, so if that's what you're looking for, they will more than meet your needs. It's only if you're looking for something like TradingView or CTrader, that's when you might want to consider a different broker.
Okay, then the next categories we looked at where they actually did quite well in was trading costs. I think they excelled particularly in the was it the raw?
No, it was both the standard and the raw account. One of the few brokers to perform well on both. Once again, showing that they want not just beginner traders, but also more advanced ones.
Okay. Trading experience was also not bad. Do you want to just quickly, in like a sentence, talk about trading experience?
Sure. So we liked, as the onboarding process and being able to make trades was relatively straightforward. It was a slippage what we gave them the most marks lost. So they're definitely an area that they could improve in. That's only really a factor if you're looking to do high frequency trading, especially using automation.
Okay. And then the final category we looked at was trust, which, as you just mentioned, they are, they've been regulated in Australia forever and a day. They also have a license in SciSec, which gives them access to Europe. So those are 2 tier 1 regulators. They also have a license in places like Mauritius, in South Africa, to enable them to onboard customers from really all over the world, with the exception of the United States. Justin, I think that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for the review. Guys, we hope you found that useful. Please don't hesitate to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.